Hello, singers. I wanted to start off by saying thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for all the kind comments and even the questions. Very cool. It means y'all are interested, which encourages me to keep teaching and keep going and keep putting some of these videos out. I put up a song yesterday, the Chris Stapleton cover, also y'all said some amazing things. So thank you very much again. Some of the comments were, teach me how to do that, Chris. Teach me how to do that. Teach me how to do that. And that's what I'm trying to do here. However though, it's a little bit more complicated than just me doing a few things, talking to the camera a little bit, explaining how I do it. Basically, if you want me to teach you, and you want me to keep putting out these videos, I need two favors from y'all. Just two favors. One of them, go to my website, chriskellervxstudios.com, and book a lesson. I promise you, you will be worlds better and have much better understanding after going over things through Skype or here in person in Nashville, and just going over things rather than just watching. Watching's a big part of it, but sometimes we all do things a little differently, and that's when it takes an actual instructor to help kind of say, hey, did you know you're doing this, or you know you're doing that? And the student goes, oh, I had no idea. My first vocal lessons were the exact same way, so I know exactly how that goes. So feel free to take a lesson. I'm here, and the more lessons I can teach, the more I can financially also be able to keep doing these kinds of videos and stuff. So that helps me out a lot. Number two, if y'all could really help me out here, get on my Douglas Warren. Get on my Facebook for me. It's facebook.com/Douglas Warren Music, and just like my page. The more likes I get, the more shows I can start booking out. So hell, I can even come in and play a show in your town if possible, or I don't even mind going overseas. That'd be really cool to do. So two things. One, get on the website, book a lesson. Two, if y'all could like my Douglas Warren Facebook page, that would mean a lot to me. And both those things help me out, and I can keep pumping out these videos and showing y'all how I keep doing all these things. So I think I have a hair. It could be one of my own beard hairs tickling my face. Oops. But anyway, so today, real quick, I wanted to go over phrasing. Again, I know everyone wants to hit high notes. How do I do high notes? How do I do high notes? And I apologize. I was out for a couple weeks. Allergies are atrocious here, and I had a bit of a cough, but it's basically gone now, so if I cough or have to clear my throat in the middle of this, I apologize. But I wanted to get these videos out to you, so they couldn't be perfect, but that's okay. So anyway, though, I wanted to go over phrasing today. High notes, yes, high notes are extremely important. However, good phrasing is basically the ramp to high notes. If you can't phrase things well, you're not going to hit those high notes. The high note itself is usually irrelevant, and the high note itself is usually pretty easy. It really is. You might think I'm crazy. It's like, oh, it's easy for you, Chris. Nah, it's not always been easy for me. And the more I work on how I'm going into the high note gets easier and easier and easier. So I wanted to go over phrasing today, because in phrasing, there's usually a high note in the middle of phrases, and that's just part of learning the high notes, is learning how to phrase better. Plus, the better you can phrase, it's just way easier to sing, and it's more fun to sing. People are more in tune with what you're doing. You get the story across better lyrically, the climax of the story, and it's just more fun to listen to. So phrasing is extremely important. So I thought I'd start with one of my tunes, Every Little Bit, off one of my Douglas Warren EPs. What I'm going to do is just the first verse. Do the first verse into the chorus, and then what I'm going to do is just break it down for you a little bit. Basically to show you how I approach my phrases. But anyway, so here's the tune. It's Every Little Bit. It's kind of simple. It's a rock tune. Kind of weird on acoustic, but I'll do my best. And so anyway, check this out. So, not even once, don't think that I could ever live without you. Always wanna look down, see your face on my phone, take a trip, come around. When you're crying, I'm not by. I love you, you know I love you. Every breath that's the first verse into the first chorus of the song. As you can tell, that first chorus is a little high. Starts on an A, actually, so not the highest note in the world, but it's not low. And I know most of y'all watching this video, especially the dudes, go, an A is still pretty high. And yes, it is still pretty high, even for me. So anyway, what I'm going to do is break it down and show you how I do it. So basically, the first part, guitar part comes in, there's some cool drums going on. But the first line, not even once, don't think that I could ever live without you. To phrase that, basically, not even once, don't think that I could ever live without you. Okay, that's the line. Now, what I don't want to do is go, not, into that first in for the word not. Not even once. So I want to make not, that in, kind of light. I want to exhale into it. Some of my earlier videos, we talked about that. Not even once, don't think that I. The I is kind of a throwaway because it doesn't have to go directly into the next part. But notice how every word, not even once, not even once, not even once. I'm making sure it's all audible. It's very clear. It's very precise. Not even once, don't think that I. And never did I want to go, not even, or kind of not even into it. That's not my thing. Some people do that. I know Matthew Bellamy, Muse, great singer, amazing musician, cool tunes. He's real big into this thing. Bono, same thing. Sunday, bloody Sunday. He's got all that stuff going on. Kind of hard to do with the allergy stuff, but no big deal. But a lot of singers do that. On the girl side of thing, Britney Spears, she just slayed that. That's what she does. That's her thing. Everything starts like this. Now, why that's kind of fun to do, it doesn't always work stylistically with everything. Sometimes little pop stuff, yeah, it's fine. Occasional rock stuff here and there. But if that's all you know how to do, that's not good. Plus, it creates a lot of stress, and there's no consistent airflow, which makes it tougher to hit the high notes. Okay, so when I sing the first phrase, even though the first phrase itself might not be high, I still want to relax into it. Not even once, don't think that I could ever live without you. Now that could ever live without you. Notice I'm kind of doing the same thing. Could ever live without you. Okay? Now I'm also kind of almost approaching each phrase like I'm sighing. Okay? It's easier to do when you start slow. Not even once, don't think that I. Like, that felt good. Could ever live without you. That felt good too. The more I get used to that, I can get to the point I can do it in time with the song. Not even once, don't think that I could ever live without you. All right? Now, if you listen to the actual track, could ever live without you, I had a bit of a at the end of that. When I listened back to it, I didn't want that there, but it doesn't matter because when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, the performance itself, if there's something like that on there, you can listen back and say, I don't want to do that in the future. I want to be better. But the performance itself, you know what? That was one of the best takes we did that day with my buddy Mark when we were recording. And at the end of it, I happened to do a could ever live without you. I had a little at the end of it, and tell you what, we used it. And it's fine. And that's okay. That's part of it. From a technical perspective, if I could go back and change it, I would. But from an artist perspective, yeah, it doesn't necessarily need to be done. But it's good to know how to do it. And plus, when I sing it out live, I try not to do that just because it's easier on my voice. So, not even once, don't think that I could ever live without you. So we're pretty chill up into there. Always want to look down, see your face on my phone, take a trip, come around. So that always want to look down. We go a little higher right there. Once again, I don't want to squeeze. I don't want to go always. Well, I don't want any of that. Those are bad habits. Try your best not to do that. My voice is a little tired just from teaching all week, getting over this cough. I wasn't able to sing much last couple weeks. But that's okay. That's okay. Because if I sing as relaxed as possible, I can still get through the song just fine, as y'all can see. Always want to look down, see your face on my phone, take a trip, come around. Still, I'm sighing through it. Always want to look down. Always want to look down. Now, here's the thing. When you start on a vowel, you can kind of do like a, when you sigh into it, you can do an H. Always. But then it starts sounding kind of like hallways, like I'm walking down the hallway. That doesn't make much sense. So whenever a word starts with a vowel, you want to make sure if you're exhaling into it to not emphasize a huh, because then it will just change things and it sounds weird. Like the word and, if you say and, you say hand, sounds like hand. So that's kind of funky. So watch those H's. We want just enough. Always want to look down. There's a little blip there. Always want to look down. See your face on my phone. Always want to look down. Just enough to get it moving. Now, if I'm really feeling good and I'm nice and warmed up and I feel like starting right on that A, always want to look down. That's okay. But be aware, always, when you start kind of strong like that, there's a little bit of compression that happens. Always. And if you do that a lot, you'll start building up some tension and a little bit of fatigue. Your voice won't last as long because it's just a little hard on the voice. If you do it every now and then, it's okay. But try to be able to do both. Always want to look down. Exhale into it, as well as always want to look down. Okay? So, and as you can see, the second time, it does have a bit more always want to look down. A little bit thicker tone. However, though, like I said, it takes a little bit more effort, a little bit more muscle. Your vocal cords are coming together a little bit harder, and that can lead to, once again, it can just lead to a little bit of fatigue. So watch that. Always want to look down, see your face on my phone, take a trip, come around. I'm making sure the air is moving. See your face, the F, I'm letting air move. See your face on my phone. Own on the word phone. See your face on my phone. Take a trip, come around. On the T's, take, t-t-t, air. Take a trip, come around. Okay? Keep the air moving as much as possible. When you're crying, I'm not by. I love you. You know I love you. When you cry, the W's are excellent, by the way. When, it feels good. When you're crying, I'm not by. I love you. You know I love you. I'm not afraid to say my L's either. When you're crying, I'm not by. I love you. You know I love you. Okay? So take your consonants and when you practice your phrases, sometimes it's good to do one at a time. You don't have to do the entire song or like, I didn't hit that note. Let me run some scales. It's not always that. It's how you're doing the phrase. And a lot of times there's a word, there's a two words maybe, there's a syllable. Sometimes it's even half of the diphthong. Like an A. Always want to look down. Maybe you go, always want to look, and then you get heavy. Always want to look down. Like, I don't sing heavy. Why am I saying always? Oh, I'm saying always instead of always. A is much lighter. Always want to look down, see your face on my phone, take a trip, come around. Much easier. When you're crying, I'm not by. I love you. You know I love you. You know I love you. I'm not afraid to do that. All right? So I can cut each one down and practice it, and it gets easier and easier and easier to do as time goes on. And then when I sing the actual song live, I don't have to worry about it. I don't. Because I've developed a lot of good muscle memory, good habits basically. When I sing the phrase itself, all I can focus on is just making sure, how's the room looking, how am I feeling. I can focus on putting a little bit of expression into the song. If my girlfriend's sitting out there, I can smile at her. I don't have to worry about hitting the notes because I've already done that. I've done my phrases. I know where every word is. I've taken the time to do it over and over and over again. And then when I sing, it's like I don't even have to think about it. I can just have a good time. That's kind of the ultimate goal at the end of the day, is so we can sing and have a good time. And it's even better if we can sing in front of people and people can enjoy what we do, because we're all singers. We're all artists. We're not just vocal scientists. We're singers. We're artists. So I'm going to take a swig of water here because my throat's dry. I gotta love living in Nashville, Tennessee with I think I have these 4 Bradford pear trees in my yard right now. They're all blooming right now. I love it. I absolutely love it. And all these people come to Nashville to record, and they're like, oh, I'm having trouble breathing. I'm like, yeah, it's Nashville. I don't know why there's all these recording studios here, but there is. So, anyway, actually, I love living here. But, so, chorus time, chorus. So that's a little high. That's the every breath, every mess. Now, once again, that starts on a vowel sound. I do not want to say every breath, every mess. Every breath, every mess. I don't want to do that. That gets a little weird. So if I go, every breath, every mess. It's a little funky, right? So I gotta find that balance. Is it every or just relax? Every mess, every breath, every mess, every tear, you know I'm always near. Phone me up, you know I love every story. Okay, so when I do that, I'm trying my best to feel that sighing feeling. I know it's an A. I know it's high. The vocal coach in me, the vocal nerd in me, the tense Chris in me goes, here's this note on the chorus, Chris, you gotta do it. And I can get a little tense sometimes. But the way to overcome that is when you sit and practice the actual song. This doesn't come from doing a scale. I've learned that the hard way. Sit and practice the actual song, especially when a chorus gets to that note, when you start up there. Every breath, the more you do it, try to relax. Every breath, every mess. Every breath, every mess. Every breath, every mess. It gets easier and easier. Every breath, every mess. Every tear, you know I'm always near. Phone me up, you know I love every story. I could do that all day now because I'm trying every time I do it to make sure I relax. It's even better than the first time when I actually sung it with the guitar now that I've been warming up a little bit more, getting these allergies under control a little bit more. It gets easier and easier to do. Every breath, every mess. I have some students do this sometimes. I say, take the phrase, slow it down. And they say, Chris, I don't want to slow it down. I just can't do it. You have to slow it down. So think kind of like your body's sinking down at the end of the day. You think, I have a high note. How do I approach this? The opposite. Don't get tense. Do the opposite. It's like, I'm going to sit down. Oh, it's been a long day. Every breath, every mess. Oh, that felt good. I feel relaxed. Every tear, you know I'm always near. Notice too, I'm not holding back on the words. I'm not holding back. I'm not going, every breath, every mess, every tear, you know I'm always near. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm getting a thick tone. My lyrics is low. I'm getting that big, thick mixed tone. But the problem with that is the words are, they're gone. You can't really understand them. Sure, you could try to do some more. Every breath, every mess. But then you start sounding kind of like Nickelback. If that's what you want, by all means, go for it. That's not actually what I want to do. I want to be able to sing my own way and sing freely and not have to worry about trying to sound like a guy from Nickelback, which can also be tough because that's not how I sound. If I try to sound like that when that's not how I sound when I sing, I'm going to get some of that vocal fatigue. Now for growling, the kind of distortion stuff, that's the next video, which I'm actually going to film right after this, so stay tuned for that one. But it's just going to be an intro, though, just an intro to some growling, so stay tuned for that. But this is more important. Do phrasing first, then do that. So, but anyway, once again, I focus really my absolute best to feel like I'm just relaxing. I'm sighing through the phrases. My two thoughts are relax, lyrics. Relax, lyrics. It's as simple as that. It really, really is. And if I focus on the lyrics, I make sure when I do it, I'm dropping my jaw, I'm opening my mouth. When doing that, in every breath, every mess, there's a lot of stuff in here that starts getting out of the way. My tongue wants to get out of the way a little bit because I want to shape the words. I don't want to go every breath and get my tongue in the back. Every breath, every breath, every mess, every tear, you know I'm always near. Phone me up, you know I love Every word is important. Every story couldn't ever bore me. And then by the time I get to that sing-along part, whoa, 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 I'm chill. I'm relaxed. Everything I do, I have a big open O. Whoa, 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 every little bit, every little bit. And that's easy too. Every little bit, every little bit. I'm just chilling through there. Whoa, 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 every little bit, every little bit. Whoa, 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 every little bit, yeah. Once I'm real chill, I can open up and do whatever I want. Every little bit, yeah. And I'm still trying to chill through there. No. Just have fun for days. So next video I'll explain how I did that last part. But anyway, thank you all very much. I tried to make that quick, but I think the time was a little longer than I wanted to. But that's okay. It's good stuff. So don't be afraid. Come and take a lesson from me. Hit me up. Email me. The email's on my website. I do Skype in person here in Nashville. Hit me up and you'll learn a whole bunch more. YouTube videos are great and they're good for some little tips here and there. But if you really want to dig down and learn, this is coming from a guy who's taken piano lessons since I was 6 years old. I'm 32 now, so you do the math. I've been taking lessons a long time, and it's all helped me become who I am as a musician. And then sitting down and actually taking my time to learn songs has just taken me to a level where I've truly started learning to appreciate music and able to perform it and freely love it. So anyway, once again, take a lesson from me, ChrisKellerVXStudios.com. Get on there, book a lesson, hit me up. Mention this video, and maybe I'll even give you a discount. We'll see. So anyway, I appreciate it. And oh yeah, one more thing. Like my Douglas Warren on Facebook. The more likes I get, the more videos I'm going to do for y'all. So thank you very much. I'll catch you soon.